To Fire Pro Wrestling World. Of course, it released this morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time if you had it pre-ordered, 1 p.m. Eastern Time if you didn't. Um, and of course, the first thing I did was try and make a character, which is wonderful, but so in-depth that it would take about 6 hours to make just one. So we'll do that in the off time. I was planning on showing off some of it, and we might do that in a minute. Just really quickly, but like I said, it is so in-depth. You can even program how the computer behaves when they're playing as you. You do, if this is your first Fire Pro game, you want to start off in what's called mission mode, where the first 5 missions, or 6 missions rather, are tutorials that teach you all the timing necessary to play the game. But it's funny, as in-depth as everything else is, the tutorial is kind of garbage. Because it doesn't teach you how to breathe, which is the L1 button, and you need that when you're looking kind of haggard in the ring. And it doesn't teach you something else that I forgot already because it didn't teach it to me. But the R1 button does something too. Anyway, also combinations of buttons, like your weak, medium, and strong grapples and attacks are square, X, and circle in that order. Combining square and X, or X and circle, or even X and triangle, or circle and triangle, any combination of the two, leads to a whole nother set of moves, and they're just not mentioned whatsoever. They just teach you to climb the turnbuckles and punch people and grapple. But it is helpful. You do want to start there because the first thing is just learning the timing. And I'll talk more about that in a second when people are actually watching, but for when people are watching it later, basically when you get into a collar and elbow tie-up, the second your fingertips are over the shoulders of your opponent, that's when you want to put in your input command. So, anyway, I haven't made this guy since, like, SmackDown '02, and he's back! The sexual hurricane is blowing through town, or, I guess, the world in this game. So we're going to start off, this is the very beginning of the story mode, for lack of a better term. It is Fighting Road. There we go. And New Japan, I have only started watching recently, but some of the people, I mean, it's honestly, it's way more entertaining to watch than a lot of other options, even though I still watch those other options. And even not knowing who you're watching, like the very first, everybody knows Bullet Club because they're in Hot Topic and so on and so forth. But the very first thing I ever watched, I had no idea who 90% of the people were. And I walked away as a fan of most of them. It's just they're really high end performers. Let me see. Looks like even without having to play, I've already lost a match, so that's cool. So far it's a hentai game. I mean a Danganronpa, or what have you, with wrestling. All right. Let's see. Okay, sorry about that. The microphone was having some issues and it wasn't putting the game sound through. Okay, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. You've obviously never seen me play baseball. Okay, that's weird. So when it says King of Sports, that comes out of the television, but all the background music and stuff comes through the headset. So Antonio Inoki founded it in the 70s. Tetsuya Naito, Kenny Omega. Oh, Kazuchika Okada, forgot his name almost. And I do not remember his name, but the guy on the left is basically Japanese John Cena. He's got the high fly flow as his finisher. He's better than John Cena, but that's the easiest comparison if you have no idea who these people are. Now, I don't know. I assume they're going to have me create a look for my character. And I'm going to do my best to get through that quickly so you guys don't have to watch hours of me trimming my virtual beard. Ooh, some burly man. Am I saying? I said that out loud. Maybe that's why I got beaten up in 45 seconds or whatever. Didn't I just talk to that guy? Oh, that's neat though. It'll introduce you to the wrestlers if you're not familiar with NJPW. That's cool. Super Strong Machine, and you might think that's something they made up for the game because wow, Super Strong Machine, really? But nope, that's a dude. That's okay. So all the voice clips come through the television, and everything else comes through the headset. That's really odd. I've never encountered a game that did that. I had a Super Strong Machine leave a bad taste in my mouth once. Oh, get your mind out of the gutter. It was a bad froyo machine. Alright, as Hirata says, today's the day you will meet your destiny. Hiroshi Tanahashi, there's the guy I described as Japanese. Hell of an athlete. One of a kind talent. I didn't even know that was his nickname, but that's appropriate. I didn't know that was his catchphrase either. Alright, welcome to the show. We've just met Yuji Nagata, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Super Strong Machine. That's the gentleman on the right side of the screen. And we are about to enter our first match, I believe. But this is the story mode for Fire Pro. If you're a fan of the older wrestling games, it is pretty much the closest thing you can get to the classic N64 ones, but it's what they call enhanced 2D. You'll see in a second what that means. Basically, it's a very pretty Super Nintendo game. And it's all about timing. When you get into a collar and elbow tie-up with somebody, that's when you want to do your button input. Okay, so I'm going to be a junior heavyweight. I am not that young, I'm a little old man, so I'm going to get through this as fast as possible. Luckily, I played with the character creator earlier a little bit, and so this shouldn't last as long as it could. Yeah, Yeah, let's stay with me. Alright. Yes, okay. Alright, so this is really neat and really in-depth. You can, if you want, you can blow your head up to cartoon proportions. I'll show you in a second. This is going to go do that first. So, wow. There we go. He looks perfect. Not really. So we're going to take that back down. Honestly, these are all kind of on point, but upper arm and forearm. Okay. Take the thighs down a little and the calves down a decent. We might make a bear style wrestler, but we'll see. Alright, so. Oh, you want to go to pose so you can see his stance and actually get a preview of how you're going to be standing. So, we're going to go with either capo or luchador. Alright. So now that we're going to do his face, and this is where you go through to pick what you're doing, what you're editing rather. There are a lot of faces to choose from. Let me see. Some, of course, are based on the NJPW roster, and you see how some have some weird stuff hanging off the sides. You can actually go and edit those parts later and so on and so forth if you don't want that. He looks sufficiently angry. Let's see. What's this? Okay, so this is the hair. We'll give him a nice big bushy beard, like in Shaun of the Dead. Alright. And there's his hair layer. Which is probably okay, but you know what? No, there it is. That's what we want. The right stick in this place moves your right slider, and the left stick moves your crosshairs. Alright, so, looks good for the face. If you want face paint and stuff, of course, you can add that. Check. So, male small 3, you can do male small 2, and of course the preview is down there on the bottom. Oh my god, yeah, let's do that. Let's just be a little ripped ass dude. Out of nowhere. And let's see, let's give him some chest hair. There we go, body hair. And it is white by default, so you want to change that. Darken it up a little bit. And honestly, the bodybuilder physique looks ridiculous. So we're going to go back and change that to male small 2, because that matches our palette the most. Let's see. The rest is all stuff that's going to go literally on your chest. So we're good there. We're going to go down to waist. And I've always wanted abs, so he will have bodybuilder abs here. No, because then all of a sudden his back is just jacked. So we're just going to do the male small. I will quit trying to be something I'm not. Alright, so tights come all the way up into his midsection. Alright, see, if you delete all the layers now, his legs and upper torso are just free flying. We gotta give him some undies here. Let's see, some jeans maybe? Now, of course, you want to use these in combination to give yourself a full, all the way around outfit. So we're going to go back up to the tights, just the basic tights. Okay, so that one will be type A. I'm going to make them primarily red and gold. Alright, so see how many things there are to customize with it here. So it gets pretty crazy. You know what? Let's find a good design for him. And it tells you on the right what the name, like Okada pattern, etc., etc. So these are obviously from the New Japan guys, which is the first time they've ever done like real life wrestlers. What they used to do was they would just rip off real life wrestlers, and you had to go change their names in the edit mode. So you'd have like Bulk Brogan when you started playing. Okay, so I think we're good on the waist. I always like having the little armbands. I wish it had the 2K feature of being able to pick immediately the exact color that you picked already on something else. But let me see. Okay, upper arm, forearm. There's a lot of crazy options. Okay. So he will have bigger arm guards here, and we're going to try and match that same gold tone. No, it doesn't look good. It doesn't stand out enough, so we're going to go with the red. Alright. Just means your pants are going to get more gold in a minute. Welcome to the broadcast. We are building the Hurricane right now, and you picked a good time to join in because you didn't have to watch me look through pants for 20 minutes. So we're just going to give him some basic tights here. Actually, no, we'll give him some shorts. And I want to play, and you want to see me play. So that's exactly where we're going to head. And we can always edit more outfits later. So we go back up the thigh. Calf, you really build everything bit by bit here. So we're just going to change the color. Like, literally, look, the shoelaces are in layers. Is that not the craziest thing? But we're going to do this and just give them that gold trim. And we're going to do the same to the shoelaces. And then his shoes. Alright, so. Good enough for me. It works for the Goonies. Alright. It really doesn't do a good job of telling you, like, where you've highlighted, like, what box. You kind of just have to remember. But we're doing alright. So, alright. That should be it. So we're going to go down to return. I am so glad, and you have no idea how glad you are, faithful viewer. Oh, never mind. They do want you to do everything. Okay. So the skills, where are... Oh, okay, you can't change any of that. Good, good, good. Let me see. Because that stuff takes forever. It's really, really neat, but it's insane. Okay, so you can't change any of that. That's good. I guess we'll earn stuff through the game. And let's see. I do like, you'll see here that you can choose like when a voice clip plays. And none of those are interesting. But once you get to change them, you can do things like laugh at your opponent and scream, "It's over!" And you can assign that to every single move if you want, if you're that kind of person. But let me see, we're just gonna go with what he's got. I've always been a fan of the Northern Lights and Fisherman Suplex. Actually, let me see if I can change. You see the S's there, those are for signature moves. F is for finisher. And as much as I love the Northern Lights Suplex, I have always liked the Fisherman better, but it does not look like that is an option. So guess what? He's keeping the Northern Lights. finalize edit, and we should get back to our NJPW trainers. Those trainers are Yuji Nagata. Here we are. Alright, so it's all about timing. Square, X, and circle are your weak, medium, and heavy moves, respectively. Triangle is run. L1 is breathe. If you see yourself start panting and so on and so forth, you need to breathe. And, yeah, beyond that, we're going to figure it out as we go. Run, as always, is also how you Irish whip people into the ropes. So let's see if I can beat Noryu Hayashi.
Fight!
Oh, okay. So like I said, you see, right when your hands reach your opponent, that's when you want to hit a direction, and you usually want to start off with square, because your heavier moves are easy to get reversed if you do them too early. X on the ground usually does some sort of submission. Circle on the ground, alright, see I hit an X button move, and he reversed it. So even though I had the timing, he's not weak enough to deal with that BS yet. So, Snapmare. Circle on the ground is usually how you attack them, but my circle button is like a diving double knee takedown. There we go. The right stick is taunt. See if I can get him in a sleeper. Alright, that was my first X button move. Square will pick them up off the ground. And we seem to be firmly in X button territory where he's not able to reverse it, which is cool because we have all ones for our statistics. See if I can... Oh, nope. Alright, timing is hard in this game. It is the most important thing. Oh. Alright, kicked out. So the tutorial mode, which tries to do a good job of explaining things, and it does a good job teaching you the timing. Oh, that was weird. It doesn't teach you much else. So, now we're in a back and forth. You just mash square and hope that you are not the one that falls down first. Try and get him with that double leg. Nope, that thing is garbage. Okay, so. Nice, Shote. Let's see if I can get him on the turnbuckle. Alright. Oh no. I set myself up for that one. Alright, so even when they grapple you, as long as your timing is better. Alright, and you see I'm breathing heavy, you want to hold L1 when you get up. And you kind of stand there and pant. But that's how you gain stamina, kind of. Alright, go behind back body suplex. Very nice, very nice. Throw him in this turnbuckle and see if this will... Oh, nope! Foot up! Nice. So sideways and circle when they're in the turnbuckle will let you perform some fun moves on them. See if we can get a circle move off. Oh, there's the Northern Lights again. So you can hit L1 to release the pin. EDT, nice. I cannot remember how you do a running attack on a downed opponent. But we got him with the big boot, so it doesn't matter. Alright, we're going to try a strong attack, which is X and square at the same time. We don't have the big move left, so it's a move we've already done. Hooray. Alright. So your basic circle is a sleeper hold in the initial phases of story mode. Just hitting a button by itself or hitting it with a direction makes a big difference. 2.9, I like that. That it's like, oh, almost, but not good enough. Alright, so I'm camping heavily. And see, the tutorial does not teach you how to do any of that, so hopefully it happens automatically. When you're in a submission, again, it doesn't tell you, but I think you just want to mash directions and buttons. That's how it used to work anyway. See if I can roll this dude out of the ring. Nope. Alright, so... try this top rope thing again and see if we can get him with a grapple. Alright. R2 is pin, if you feel like you've done enough damage. And then of course some moves have pins associated with them. Man, that was just rude. And of course, for those of you unfamiliar with NJPW, that referee is Red Shoes. I bet you can't guess why he got that name. But he's probably their most famous referee. Oh, that was great! So if you actually hit them with that terrible circle move, you can actually do some MMA-style ground and pound. Alright, so... no, I don't want to do that. See if we can finish him. 1, 2, 3. Yes, alright. Here's the other fun thing about this game, is it doesn't end until you want it to, and you hit options. You can just continue beating up your hapless opponent. And I doubt it would affect my quote-unquote tryout in the story mode. Oh, wow. Alright, let's see. Alright, I'm too tired to climb the turnbuckle, so I'm going to sit here and breathe, but I want to see if we can do a diving attack. You hit X to climb the turnbuckle. Nope. Alright, I was going to see if we could dive to the outside and just really screw them up. So let's see. I know an exhibition. Okay, yeah, you get a match evaluation. So... we got 300 training points and a new move. The erogenous zone. This really does seem like a hentai game. When they're talking about people's steady gaze, meeting you and piercing your eyes. Wait. So a 2-round tournament. Woo. Okay. Bridge, pike, push up, let's... oh, alright, so it's very much a sim as far as this goes. I think grappling is going to be our best option. So let's do joint technical. Okay. throw and power and agility, but that's all defense. Okay. So the sandbag. You get the ability to critical people just by hitting them in the head, which is kind of cool. Because you can just be fighting, and all of a sudden it's like, nope, you just broke that man's neck. Let me see. Put in a special skill. Offense on throws. So we'll do the rope pull up. I feel like we should get that critical ability. Oh, you have to get like a ton of experience to unlock that. Okay, that makes sense. So that, literally, you're working on how fast you move around the ring, how fast you attack, everything. So I'm out of points to spend. Okay, so we will continue. Since this is the deluxe edition, it has an extra scenario, but from what I understand, it is not out yet. So, okay. Nothing you can even change here, so we're just going to keep fighting people.
Fight!
Right. Yep, no idea how to do any of that. So, if you're hoping to see that, wait for the computer to do it. Ooh, figure four, nice. Alright. Cool. I actually landed it. Oh, and then of course I'm happy and he reversed me into a penny combination. Alright. Dodge the shoulder block. I really have a very limited moveset here with this character, so apologize for doing the same move over and over again, but it's all I can do. And speaking of moves, I forgot to check what our new move was. Hopefully it doesn't make you work through all 6,000 moves. It'll just be limited, but I wouldn't put anything past it. Nice, got him with the DDT. Time to taunt. That never seems to work out for me, that move. And now I've been kicked in the balls. Yeah. Rope break. Good officiating by Red Shoes there. Oh, big boot, big boot. Ow. Camel clutch. Running shoulder tackle. And let's see. I can yell "foo" and smack him in the face. Oh, I went for that behind the back suplex. And he brilliantly countered it into a bulldog. Oh, ducked my clothes on. Gotta breathe. Okay, so you can run and hit circle to attack it down to taunt it. That's your X and circle move if you are playing fighting right along with us, because everybody starts with the same moveset. See if we can get them. Nice. Alright, R2 to pin, and we'll see. So close! Try up and circle from behind. Oh, it's a... I forget what you call that. It's that move! Hooray! Said back and circle. Oh, nope. Getting too cocky. Alright, so our finisher is up and circle, or as the moveset calls it, up and big. Got him that time. I'm a dirty heel. Alright, let's see. Alright, so that'll be round one of the broadcast. We will be back in just a minute. But we're going to end it right there, because Yuji Nagata said I impressed him.